Hi, I'm Nicola Thompson with Paul Wright and his YouTube channel, 1,000 Words, and we were here in at St. Paul's Presbyterian Church Cemetery, and we bumped into these two young ladies who were visiting a gravestone here, and they have a wonderful story to tell. And so we have Anne and Joan. And Anne, who is this that you're visiting today?
So this here is our parents' stone, Harold and Lillian Dryden. Interestingly enough, they were both members of the Canadian military during World War II. Mom was raised in Montreal and joined the RENS, the Navy, the Royal Canadian Navy, and was sent to Halifax, where she soon discovered, after being sent out to sea, that she had a terrible sinus condition and could not be in open water. So she was sent back to Montreal, where she joined the Women's Army Corps, and she was stationed in Montreal. My father was deployed out of Hamilton. He joined the Air Force, and he was deployed out of Hamilton to Halifax. And it was in Halifax, I believe, that Mom and Dad were put on a blind date by another couple of friends they both had in the forces, and that's where they met. And then eventually Dad was sent to Montreal, and he was stationed there for about, I think, a year or 2 years. And then this is what's really interesting, is they were married August the 6th, 1945. And as they were coming out of the church, his commanding officer was standing at the steps of the church, and so was hers. He was sent to Gander, Newfoundland. She was sent to Kitchener. The bomb had dropped on Hiroshima while they were being married.
Yeah. Wow, what an interesting story.
Dad was a air...
His title was leading aircraftsman. He was basically a mechanic for the planes, because that was the last stop before they flew overseas from Gander, Newfoundland. Yes. And Mom was in the administrative corps, and she was in Kitchener.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when did they come back to this area?
I think Dad, well, they were back by 45, before the war ended.
Okay.
Yeah. Because there's another brother buried in Montreal.
Right.
Yes.
Well, they lived in Montreal for a couple of years.
Yes.
Before they coming here to the family farm.
So, yes.
And when your father came out of the forces, was he an engineer in civvy life?
No.
What did he do?
He was a bookkeeper for a company here in Burlington called A.S. Nicholson, an old
company.
Yes. He was in the accounting department.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He worked there for many years, and then he became an employee of the Burlington Hydro.
They closed down the A.S. Nicholson, and they built a house on Number 5 Highway right at the end of Burl Oak. It's now owned by the brick factory, Canada Brick. Right. Used to be a little house there. Yeah. And my grandfather's farm, my great-grandfather's, was literally right across the road at Burl Oak and Number 5, which is now owned by Bronte Creek.
Okay, so your grandfather, what was his name?
John Dryden.
Dryden. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
John and Anna.
Yeah, he married a woman named Annie Emerson.
Which is another old family.
Yes, and they are from the Palermo area, that family. So they settled at my grandfather's farmstead, and he took over the farm. And they had 8 kids.
So did you say you were 6th generation?
I'm just trying to think now. Okay, so there's me, Dad, Grandma Dryden, Great-Grandpa Dryden, and Great-Great-Grandpa Dryden. So
we're 6.
We're 6.
6th generation.
And I have a daughter and a granddaughter and a grandson. So my grandson is actually an 8th generation Canadian.
Absolutely astounding.
The only burials that will be in here now are family buried. Like you cannot buy a plot here.
I was surprised actually to see.
Yeah.
I thought they weren't burying anybody
No, if you
anymore.
have family, like mom and dad still have what, six plots here?
Okay.
Most people bought an 8
Yeah.
plot
When they
back in the
sold
day.
them,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
were
because
sold-
they were big families.
Yes.
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 So if you have a family plot here, your family can be buried here.
I see.
Wow. Well, that was very interesting.
No, it was amazing, and I want to thank you so much.
No.
Yeah. Well, Anne and Joan, thank you so much. Honestly, it's been a real pleasure. And we caught you completely off guard. You must have wondered why I was coming over there. But anyway, thank you very much. We will send you the link to 1,000 Words.
Yes.
And you can show your grandchildren
Yes.
and other members of the family your starring role in the Presbyterian Cemetery.
Cemetery.
Yeah. Thank you very,
Well,
very
thank
much.
you
both
very
of
much.
Thank
It's been
you.
lovely.